Matthew in Mississippi, you're next up on Winning at Life with Gregory Ricks. How can we help you, sir?
Hello, how are you doing today?
We're great.
Hey, Matthew.
Hey, I just I'm in a strange situation when it comes to my job and Social Security. I lost my job in January, and I was wondering, I've got enough money saved up that I could probably, make it till regular retirement age for Social Security, or at least 65, without bringing in an income. But then I've been told that Social Security, the amount of Social Security that you get, is dependent upon like the last 3 years or the last 7 years of your earnings. Would that mean that I would have like 4 zeros coming up for the next 4 years, or is it? Would you explain that a little bit more in detail for me?
Help me out with your age currently, Matthew.
I'm 59 and a half. Just 59.
59. So
yes,
essentially going up to your FRA, and you no longer had earnings and you waited to that point. Let me back up. They're looking at your best 35 years. So, for example, if you've only worked for 30 years, that last 5 will have zeros placed in them. Now, if you've worked 40 years and they adjust for inflation, they're going to take your 35 years and they're going to divide it by 420 to get to the monthly number. Under the system we'll call for short AMI, there's 3 tiers to that, but essentially say it's averaging to simplify that. So, and that's what it's going to be based upon. Your Social Security statement kind of shows you 3 ways: what it would be at 62, FRA, and age 70. And the assumption is, for Social Security statement purposes, it assumes your current earnings the last few years is what's going to continue forward for those calculations. So it will, if you no longer have those earnings going forward for the rest of the way, it's going to be your best 35, and it might cause it to reduce because those assumptions, I'm thinking, might be more than your early years. So it's not something that's devastating. It could be a slight impact on you.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. That makes it much clearer than I was thinking previously.
And while I have you here, let's talk about a couple things. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you know how Social Security looks at your Social Security? As far as when you should turn out, they look at it as FRA, full retirement age, is how they look at your benefits. Because if you started early, like at 62, they're going to reduce your benefits and penalize you.
Right.
And if you wait beyond FRA, they're going to reward you for doing so. So you have to think about that. And if you turn it on early and go back to work, there's an earnings test. If you make more than $18,960 this year, they'll take back $1 for every $2 over that you make. So you've got to think about, if you're looking to turn it on early, are you thinking about going back to work and such? And you might not want to turn it on, because after 1 year of doing so, you can't unwind it. You've locked in that reduction going forward. Any other questions I can help you with, Matthew?
Nope, that was fantastic. And I was, just for your information, I was planning not to turn anything on early. I just didn't want to be penalized for not bringing in the same income for the last, say 3 to 6 years.
Yeah. So how many working years do you have? Do you think? Just a guess.
I'm probably 40.
Okay. So you're good.
So yeah, the 35 are probably already locked in is what I'm guessing.
Yeah, could well be. Okay, best to you, Matthew.
Listen to his confidence that he has the assets to just float another 8 years to full retirement age. He must have done something good. Good job, Matthew. I'm
All right.
I'm impressed just by your attitude. All right, if you want to be next, 504-260-0995.
Well, one thing is that he's got the concern, and some others do James, is where they're coming from is, can you hurt your Social Security benefits? He cannot hurt his Social Security benefits. No matter what he does going forward, he cannot hurt his benefits. He can increase them, but he cannot make it worse by not working or low income job, or however you want to define it. He can't hurt his benefits. So just want to be clear on that.